everyone, it's Seiji and welcome to Around the World in Books, a series in which we travel the world through the written word. Our current location is Japan, and today I will be talking about My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness by Nagata Kabi. Before I'm going to start, I would like to give a trigger warning. This book contains passages with self-harm, depression and eating disorders. Having said that, let's start. My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness is a memoir that is written in the form of a manga, which is a Japanese comic. It is both written and drawn by Kabi. The memoir starts off at a very interesting place. Kabi at the time is 28 and, as you can see here, sitting on top of a bed in a love hotel with a female escort. A love hotel, by the way, is basically a short stay hotel, very popular in Japan, where people usually go to be intimate. Either way, things start gaining traction and Kabi tells us how she's 28, has never dated and never had a real job. She takes us back 10 years ago when she just finished high school. She talks about how, after dropping out of university, she fell into a depression and struggled to find her place in the world. The thing that I appreciated the most was just the brutal honesty with which this manga was created. Kabi wasn't afraid to lay every single part of her story bare, and that made it very relatable for me. For instance, due to all of the mental health issues she was dealing with, she started neglecting herself. At some point she starts grooming herself again, and she talks about how she used to wear her clothes for 3 days straight or shower once every 5 days. What I felt was really interesting was the opportunity that this manga gives you to have a look at what it's like to live in Japan when you're struggling to fit the mainstream. I watched a few short documentaries on YouTube about Japanese society, and this man was talking about how important really conformity is there. They have this saying that goes like, "Darukui wa utareru," which translates to "the nail that sticks out gets hammered down." And throughout the manga you can see how Kabi's life has been ruled by the need to fit in, belonging to a group in which you're understood and accepted unconditionally. Kabi, like I said, struggled with depression and often considered death as an option. For the longest time she sought out to obtain the approval of her parents. They had plans for her, and in combination of her not knowing what she wanted in life, she just tried to please them, which made things worse. Therefore, one of my favorite parts is when she talks about finally finding her calling. Death, an option I'd considered in the 10 years since high school, was put on hold for the first time. Up until then, I'd never understood how people could just keep on living. I thought that everyone had to be lapping up some sweet nectar I didn't know about. Now it was like that nectar was suddenly being poured into my mouth. A reason to live, the power to live, a place to belong in this world. I think the essence of that sweet nectar varies from person to person. Maybe I had a place to belong, but it wasn't something definite, like a seat. It was flowing and formless. Perhaps inside of me. Perhaps outside of me. Although this manga dealt with a lot of heavy material, Kabi's art was incredibly uplifting. She tries to meticulously describe her feelings and uses her illustrations to amplify them. Things like sexuality and desires are sometimes very hard to convey, and she makes excellent use of her artistry to express these things. So yeah, it's safe to say that I really enjoyed this manga and I would definitely recommend it. If you've read it, let me know what you think, and if you haven't, let me know if you'd like to. Anyways, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.